Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got the final game of this 4-game series between the Yankees and Tigers. Can the Yankees win and get a split? Leading off for New York, playing left field is White. Batting second, playing third is Nettles. Batting third, doing the catching is Munson. Batting fourth, doing the DH is Chambliss. Batting fifth, playing right field is Piniella. Batting sixth, playing first base is Spencer. Batting seventh, playing center field is Thomason. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Staley. Batting ninth, playing second base, making his 1978 debut is Garcia. For the hometown Detroit Tigers, got leading off playing center field LaFleur. Batting second, playing left field Kemp. Batting third, on the DH is Staub. Batting fourth, playing third base is Thompson. Batting fifth, playing third base is Rodriguez. Batting sixth, playing right field is Staley. Batting sixth, doing the catching is Parrish. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Trammell. Batting ninth, playing second base is Whitaker. Get down here to Tiger Stadium and get this game started. And I'll lead it off today for the Yankees. Rory White batting .239 with 2 homers and 13 RBIs. Steve Baker making his 6th start of the year, his 7th appearance. He's 2-1 with a 5.4 ERA. Here's the pitch to Mr. White. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Trammell's up with it. Tosses it over to Thompson for out number 1. Nettles comes to the plate now. Nettles is batting .312 on the year with 16 homers and 53 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Whitaker. 2 quick outs here in the first. And Thurman Munson comes to the plate. And Munson is batting .288 on the year. No homers and 41 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Yankees go down in order in the top of the first. Yankees nothing. Tigers coming to the plate. They'll have LaFleur, Kemp, and Staub due up. LaFleur batting .314 on the year with 8 homers and 26 RBIs. This is GULLETT's 5th start of the year. He's 3-1 with a 4.44 ERA. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Don strikes out the first batter he faces here. 1 up, 1 down. Steve Kemp comes to the plate now. He's batting .326 on the year. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Garcia. He makes his first play of the year for the Yankees. And there's quickly 2 down. And Rusty Staub comes to the plate. Batting .298 with 11 homers and 49 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Staley. And the Tigers go down in order. We go to the top of the second, no score. You got Chambliss due up, followed by Piniella and Spencer. And Chambliss is batting .255 with 6 homers and 44 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Trammell. That'll be out number 1. And up to the plate now is Lou Piniella. And Piniella, he's batting .323 on the year with 3 homers and 26 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit. Piniella squares this one up, folks. See where this lands at. And that's going to be a double in the right field. So 1 out double. The Yankees got a runner in scoring position here in the top of the second. And Jim Spencer comes to the plate. And Spencer's batting .273 on the year. He has 10 homers and 20 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Piniella's going to stay put. And that'll be out number 2. And Gary Tomlinson comes to the plate now. Gary. And Gary's batting .250 on the year with no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Whitaker. And that'll end the inning. And the Yankees strand one at second. We go to the bottom of the second. Thompson due up. He'll be followed by Rodriguez and Staley. And Jason batting .341 with 20 homers and 57 RBI. That's going to be a ground ball down to Fred. He's going to bobble this one, folks. That's going to be an E6. And the leadoff batter gets aboard with an error. Now let's see if Don can pitch around this. Got Rodriguez up batting .244. Ground ball double plays what the Yanks are looking for. And that's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. Munson takes the mask off, makes the catch, and there's one down. And Staley's up. And Mickey's batting .308 with 3 homers and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Can they go around the horn? 50. What is it? A 52? Yep, a 52 and a 5. And that's barely column number 1. And that's going to be the old. Going to be the old 5-4-3 double play. Nettles goes around the horn to get the double play. That ends the inning. The error gets wiped out. We go to the top of the third. Still no score. You got the bottom part of the order due up here from New York. Staley, Garcia, and then back to White. Fred's batting .239 on the year with a homer and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Baker. Tosses it over to Jason, and there's one out. And this is Garcia's first plate appearance of the year. 1978, he batted .195. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. And they're calling for time. They want that baseball. Then that'll be given to Garcia. Garcia with a 1-out single gets aboard here. Roy White comes to the plate. And White is 0 for 1 today. Can he get a base hit and keep this merry-go-round going? And that's going to be a fly ball out to Stanley in right field. Mickey's got it, and there's 2 down. But the Greg Nettles here to get something done with 2 outs. He did go 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit into right field. And that should get, well, we didn't put his speed on there. So we got to go behind the scenes here. Give me one quick moment here. Go behind the scenes. We didn't put Garcia's speed in. He's got great speed. Where's Garcia? There he is. We just forgot to put it here. That'll be a 16. It's got great speed, so he should make it down to third easily with 2 outs. Now we got the speed. He's a 16. The ball was hit out the right field. Single in the right field, a 61 and a 34. And he's going to make it down to third easily. So a single and the runner's on the corners now with 2 outs. It's up to the captain. Can he deliver here? Get the Yankees on the scoreboard. Munson struck out his first time up. Garcia down at third. Nettles at first. Here's the pitch. and that's going to be a fly ball out to Kemp. That'll end the inning. The Yankees strand two. It's still nothing. It's going to go to the bottom of the third. Got the bottom third due up here for the Tigers. Parrish, Trammell, and Whitaker. Parrish batting .262 on the year with 6 homers and 18 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Nettles. That'll be out number 1. And Alan Trammell comes to the plate now, batting .275 with 2 homers and 15 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Don strikes out his second batter of the game. And there's quickly 2 down here in the third. And Lou Whitaker steps up, batting .269 with 2 homers and 10 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. So both 9 hitters get base hits here. That's the first hit of the ball game for the Tigers. And now you got LaFleur up. He struck out his last time up. 2 outs and a runner at first, and that's going to be a fly ball out the right. Piniella makes the catch, and that ends the inning. We go to the top of the 4th. It's still a nothing game here. You got Chambliss due up, followed by Piniella and Spencer. Chambliss is 0 for 1 today. He is grounded out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to LaFleur. And there's out number 1 here in the 4th. Piniella comes up. He doubled his first time up. And that's going to be a 9. That's going to be a single in the left field. So Lou's aboard again. He's 2 for 2 today. He's got half the base hits. Spencer's up now with a runner at first and 1 out. Jim flew out to right his first time up, 0 for 1. And he gets a hold of this. Can he drive in the first run of the ball game? And that's going to be a double in the... That'll be a double in the right field. That'll be a 42 with 1 out. And they're going to hold him up at second. Nettles doesn't have the speed to score, so it's going to be second and third now. 1 out. They'll play back. They'll give up the run for an out. They don't want a crooked number up here. Tigers don't. So second and third. 1 out. Gary Thomason up. Gary, he grounded out the second his last time up. And that's not going to be a ground ball. That ball is hit high. That ball is hit far. That ball is hit into the gap in right field, and that's going to score 2. And just like that, the Yankees are up 2-0 here in the top of the 4th. Now a runner down at second. 1 out for Fred the Chicken Stanley. And Fred is 0 for 1 today. Can Stanley get a base hit and keep this going? And nope, that's going to be popped up. Down the second, Whitaker calls for it, makes the catch for out number 2. And Garcia, who got a base hit his first time up, he's batting 1,000 this year. He's 1 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Rodriguez. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. But the Yankees scored 2 on 2 RBI double by Thomason. They got 2-0 lead into the bottom of the 4th. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here. Kemp, Staub, and Thompson. Kemp is 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Gullett. He tosses it over to Spencer, and there's 1 down. Aaron Reed joins us here. We got a former Red on the mound for the Yankees. Aaron Reed's a big Reds fan. Rusty Staub's to the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Garcia. That'll be out number 2. 2 quick outs here in the 4th. And now you got Jason Thompson. He reached on an error his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. 1, 2, 3 goes the Tigers. To the top of the 5th we go. And you got White due up, followed by Nettles, and then Munson, the top of the order. Roy is 0 for 2. He is grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Mickey's got it. And there's one down. Greg Nettles comes to the plate now. He's 1 for 2. Singled his last time up. And that ball is high. That ball is far. Kiss it goodbye. Greg Nettles has made this a 3-0 ball game with his 17th homer and 54 RBIs. Comes to the plate with 1 out and nobody on in a 3-0 game. He's 0 for 2. Struck out and flown out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Munson was trying to go back to back. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game for Baker. And Chambliss comes up now. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out and struck out. I'm grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be another fly ball out to center field. And that'll do it. But the homer by Nettles makes it 3-0 New York as we go to the bottom of the 5th. We got Rodriguez due up. He'll be followed by Staley and Parrish. Rodriguez 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Gullett strikes him out for out number 1. And Mickey comes up. And Staley is 0 for 1 today. Grounded out. And that's going to be another ground ball. This one down the 2nd. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the 5th. And Parrish comes to the plate. And Parrish is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. That's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. Only the 2nd hit of the ball game. So now you got a runner down at first and 2 outs for Alan Trammell. Trammell struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He gets him again. And the Tigers strand 1. We go to the top of the 6th. It's 3-0 New York. So you got Piniella due up, followed by Spencer and Thomason. Lou's having a great game. He is 2 for 2. A double and came around to score. And that's going to be the first time they get him out. That's a ground ball down to Rodriguez. He fires over to Jason, and there's 1 out. And Jim Spencer comes to the plate now. He's 1 for 2. He doubled and came around to score his last time up. See, the Yankees have got 50 wins. This is game number 70, folks. They're getting close to the halfway mark. They're 50-19, batting .276 with a .332 on base percentage. They're slugging .426 with a .758 on base percentage. And the Tigers are 37-30. And look at their batting average, folks. They're batting .292. They got an on base percentage of .356. They're slugging .442 and got an OPS of .798. And here's the pitch to Spencer. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Baker's 4th strikeout of the game. And there's 2 down here in the 6th. And here's the man that hit the 2 RBI double to give the Yankees a 2-0 lead at the time. Gary's up. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Rodriguez. The Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Got Whitaker due up in the lineup. Will turn over to LaFleur and Kemp. Whitaker's got 1 of the 2 hits. He's 1 for 1. And he's done it again. Lou Whitaker's having a nice game here against Gullett. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. Garcia makes a nice play just to stop it. But that'll be an infield hit. So Whitaker's aboard here with a leadoff single. The Yankees turn 2 and get out of this. Got a tough man to double up in LaFleur at the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out and flown out. And that is a ground ball down the 2nd. Let's see here. Garcia's not the best fielding second baseman, that's for sure. A 62 and an 8. Let's see. And that will be a double play. That'll be the 04-6-3 double play, just what the doctor ordered. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on for Steve Kemp. Kemp is 0 for 2 today. And here's the pitch to Kemp. And that's another ground ball down to Garcia, and that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 3-0 New York. And you got Staley due up, followed by Garcia, and then back to the top of the order in white. Fred is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be against the righty. That's going to be a base hit. So Fred gets aboard here with a leadoff single. And now Garcia comes up. And Garcia is 1 for 2. He has singled and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Kemp. And that'll be out number 1. Now we're back to the top of the order in Roy White. And White's 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. And they'll get the runner out at second. Unable to turn 2. And now White's down at first. Let's see here in the 7th inning. And White's going to take off and steal, I believe, here. That'll be a 20. Perry's got a good arm. That'll be a 24. Try to get in scoring position here, though, I think. A 24. We're going to send him. That's a 46 or lower. And he's barely in there with a 45. Whitaker's jumping up and down. Swears they got him. But the ump ain't changing his mind. And now White's down at second with a stolen base. $95. Yeah, I'm going to jump way ahead, Aaron. I'm going to go into 2023. I want to do some modern baseball. So, yeah, I'm going to buy the 2023 season. Yeah, that's going to be the next one on the list. Yep. I should go ahead and order that now while I'm on vacation is what I should do. Yeah, I want to order the 2023 season, and I want to reorder the 1983 season with the mastered game symbols already on them. Yeah, that's my next one. So Nettles is up. He's 2 for 3. He's got a single and a homer in this game. You got a runner down at second and 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Nettles. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Trammell. He fires over to first. And that'll end the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 3-0 New York. Yes, it was. You're correct. That was the year they finally won the World Series. Yeah. But yeah, like I say, I want to do something more modern. Play with the stupid ghost runner. Play with the stinking DH and all that horse shit. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Of course, you don't got no pitch clock in Apba, but yeah, play with all the dumb rules. See what it's like. So now, go to the bottom of the 7th. See, the Yankees have struck out 333 batters. They've walked 200, and they've given up 104 doubles with 21 triples. And the Tigers have struck out 266 batters. They walked 236. They've given up 106 doubles and 17 triples. And Rusty Staub will lead it off. He's 0 for 2 today. They beat the Red Sox in 5 games in the World Series. Awesome. Like I say, that 82 team was the beginning of a nice 3 or 4 year stretch there until 94. I think they was 500. 95 is when they started. 85 is when they started to go downhill. And then, truthfully, I think if I remember right, 85 was the first year without Joe Torre. They got rid of Joe Torre in 84 after the 84 season. Big damn mistake. Yep. So here's the pitch to Rusty Staub. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Don strikes him out for out number 1. And now Thompson's up. He's 0 for 2. He did reach on an error. He struck out his last time up. And where did that dice go? There it is. We'll drop the dice, make an official game. And that's going to be a base on balls. And I think that's the first walk given up by Don in this game. So you got a runner down at first. 1 out. Garcia's up. And he's definitely a potential double play guy. He's popped up and struck out. Yeah, I thought so. Yep. Yeah. I like Chuck Tanner, but he sure wasn't the answer down there in Atlanta. That's for sure. Chuck made you believe they was going to win, but they never did. It was a rough few years down there. And here's the pitch to Garcia. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And he's going to strike out Rodriguez. So now there's 2 outs and a runner at first for Mickey Staley. Staley's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be another base on balls. And as Fred's starting to get tired, now you got Parrish up to tie and run at the plate. That's going to get the bullpen up and moving. He's pitching a shutout. I don't want to take him out pitching a shutout. First and second, Parrish is up. He's 1 for 2. He's got one of the 3 base hits. Here's the pitch to Parrish. And that's going to be against the lefty. 5. So that's 11. And that's going to be a base hit. And that's probably going to be it for Don. That's going to be a base hit into left field with 2 outs. Thompson's probably going to score easy, even with his speed. Yeah, he'll score easily. And will Staley get that? He's going to stop at second. Staley's going to stop at second. That's an RBI single. And a runner on second's going to score. And Trammell comes up. We'll bring in with a righty here to get through this inning. Dick Tedrow's going to come out of the bullpen here. He'll pitch to Trammell. As Don can't get out of the 7th inning, there's 2 outs. And the go-ahead run's now at the plate. Yeah, same here, old TBS. So Dick's going to come in the game, try to get through this inning here. Needs 1 out. Runners in first and second. 2 down. Alan Trammell's up. He has struck out both times up. Maybe I should have let Gullett in the pitch to him. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Gary in center field. That'll end the inning. The Yankees give up a run, though. It's 3-1 as we go to the top of the 8th. We've got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up. And that's going to be it for Baker. Let's see who's going to come out of the bullpen here for Baker in the 8th inning. You got the righties do a righty and then a lefty, then a righty. So they're going to bring in a righty here. Let's see who it's going to be.
Foucault.
Let's see who they're going to bring in. Who hasn't pitched in a while? Truthfully, they got a lot of lefties in the bullpen. They only got 2 righties in the bullpen, Foucault and Morse. So it's going to be Steve Foucault because Morse just pitched the other day. So Steve's going to come in the game and pitch. I didn't realize they had that many lefties in the bullpen. Left-handed, man. So Steve's coming in. This is his 19th appearance. He's 3-2 with a 4.44 ERA. He's going to be facing, like I say, the big boys here. He's got Chambliss and Piniella due up. Yeah, I missed skipping them too. That was a nice announcing crew. I always thought. And Munson, he is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice and flown out, trying to avoid the hat trick here. And that's going to be against the righty, a 16. And that's going to be a flying ball out the center field. Nice play by LaFleur. Takes a base hit away from Munson. There's one down. And Chambliss comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3. He is grounded out and flown out the center twice. And that's going to be another fly ball out to LaFleur. And LaFleur's up to the task again. He's flown out to LaFleur 3 times. Here comes Piniella up now. He's 2 for 3 with a double in this game. Sweet Lou get a board here against the righty. That'll be a 13. And that's going to be another nice play out there by LaFleur. Takes a base hit away from Piniella. LaFleur was busy this inning. He sets a record held by many. All 3 putouts was LaFleur. We get to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 3-1 Yankees. And what are we going to do here? You got a lefty, a righty, and a lefty due up. And do we bring in? I think we're going to bring in Mr. Sparky Lyles coming in the game. So Sparky's going to come in the game now. Got the lefty and then a righty and then another lefty. So Sparky's going to come in the game here in the 8th. No, I got out of the Field of Dreams quite a few seasons ago, Aaron. Yeah, I wasn't spending enough time with it. I was trying to get my projects done. So yeah, and truthfully, now the Field of Dreams, they've stopped the Field of Dreams. I don't know if they're able to start it back up, but yeah, right now they've stopped. Yep. Clue and Steve wanted a break. Yep. So you got Whitaker due up here, followed by LaFleur and Kemp. Sweet Lou is 2 for 2. He's sad to see Donovan go. Let's see if Sparky can finally get him out here. And that's going to be a rare play, a 52 and a 36. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Spencer. He'll take it himself for out number 1. LaFleur comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 3. He is flown out, grounded out, and struck out. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be an 11. And that's going to be a base hit. LaFleur gets a board here with a base hit into left field. So now the tying run comes to the plate. And Steve Kemp. Are they going to let Kemp bat? That is the question. That is the question. I believe they are. They are left-handed everywhere. Let's see here. If they wanted the pitch hit. Looking for this would be who I would bring in. That's who they're going to bring in. They're going to bring John in to pitch hit. And he'll stay in the game and play left field. So Kemp's coming out of the game. And John's coming in with a runner down at first. And John is batting .222 on the year with 1 homer and 7 RBIs. And LaFleur's going to stay put for right now. He might try to steal with 2 outs. Here's the pitch to John. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Piniella. Lou makes the catch. And there is 2 down. That brings up Rusty Staub. And Rusty's going to bat for himself. And Rusty is 0 for 3. He is grounded out twice and struck out. And LaFleur is going to take off here. So that would be a -7. So that'll be a 24. Yeah, that'll be a 24. So 24. That'll be a 46 or lower. He's safe. And he throws him out. Munson throws him out to end the inning. We go to the top of the 9th. It's still a 3-1 ball game, folks. Maybe not the smartest play in the world, but I wanted to get him in scoring position. Got him thrown out with Staub at the plate. Some people might not like that. Yeah, like I say, I didn't get kicked out, but I kicked myself out because I wasn't spending enough time on it. Yeah. So now we need a new left fielder here. John will stay in the game here and play left. And now do they make a pitching change here? And bring in Sykes. You got a lefty, and the righty due up. I think that's what they're going to do. That's going to be it for Steve. Bob Sykes is coming in the game. The lefty's going to come in the game. Trying to keep this a 3-1 game. So Sykes will come in with the 2 lefties due up. There's Bob. And Bob making his 12th appearance of the year. He's 4-4 with a 4.28 ERA. Spencer Thomason and Staley due up. Jim's 1 for 3. He's doubled and came around the score. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And Bob strikes out Jim, his first batter. So 1 down here. Gary Tomlinson with that 2 RBI double back in the 4th. He's 1 for 3. That's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 17 and a 9. And that's going to be a base hit. So Gary gets aboard here with a 1-out single. So Gary's aboard here. Now Stanley's up. And Fred is 1 for 3. He singled his last time up. And Stanley gets a hold of this. Thomas, he's got decent speed. A double might score him. And that's going to be a double in the right field. Let's see if the Yankees can get that run back. Make this a 4-1 ball game. That'll be hit into left field. So that'll be a 35. He's probably not going to be able to score. Nope. He's going to have to hold up at third. With that ball being hit in the left field. 1 out now, and Garcia. I think we're going to pitch hit here for Garcia. We're going to bring in Brian Doyle. We'll bring Brian in and let him stay in the game. He's a little better defensive second baseman than Garcia, even though Garcia is 1 for 3 today. Ryan's going to come in here and pitch hit. Or is he? Let's see here. Nope, we're going to let Garcia bat. We'll take Garcia out for defensive reasons, but we're going to let him bat. Talk myself out of that. So Garcia will stay in the game and bat. He is 1 for 3 today. He is singled back in the third. Can he do it again here? Nope. That's going to be a swing and a miss. We probably should have pitched hit for him. Oh, by the way, the infield was in. They can't afford to give up any more runs. So we're back to the top of the order now. Second and third. 2 outs now. Can Roy White deliver here and increase that 3-1 lead for the Yankees? White is 0 for 4. He did reach on a fielder's choice his last time up, a ground ball, and stole the base. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And he'll fire over to first. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees strand 2. We go to the bottom of the ninth in a 3-1 ball game. And here's the question. Do we let Sparky out there? I think we'll let Sparky pitch to Staub and Thompson. And then the Gator will come in. And you got the righties coming up after that. So Sparky will pitch to 2 batters here, one way or the other. And then the Goose will come in and pitch to the righties. Rusty is 0 for 3. He was at the plate. LaFleur got thrown out. He struck out his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Sparky strikes him out for out number 1. Jason Thompson comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He did walk and came around to score the only run of the ball game for the Tigers. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Sparky. He tosses it over to Spencer. And one thing we didn't do, I wanted to take Garcia out of the game. We'll do that. Just in case that comes up now. I'm going to put Doyle in there at second. Want to put Brian in at second in the 9 spot. Forgot to do that. That's why I should have pitched it for him. Then I wouldn't have forgot. So Garcia comes in out, and the Goose is going to come in the game the pitch. It'll be a 1-out save for the Goose. We're going with a matchup here with a lefty-righty matchup here. So the righty. Take Sparky out. He's not too damn happy with me. He wanted a 2-inning save, but we're going to bring in the Goose. The Goose has been lights out this season so far. So we'll bring in the Goose. And now you got 2 outs. Nobody on. And do they have a pitch hitter here? A lefty to play third. Yep, they do. And that's what they're going to do. Phil's going to come in the game for Rodriguez. So they're going to pitch hit for Rodriguez. And where's Phil at? Mankowski's going to come in. And if they tie the ball game up or get the lead, he'll stay in. Well, if they get the lead, the game's over. If they tie the ball game up, he'll stay in the game and play third. Phil's batting .312 on the year with 3 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. The Goose is going to try to make this interesting with a walk here. And now we just got Staley due up. And Staley, are they going to pitch it for Staley? Yeah, I think Tim's going to come in the game and pitch hit for. Tim's going to come in the game and pitch hit for Staley. So the Tigers pulling out all the stops here. Bringing in another left-handed bat. Corcoran's going to come in here. And Corcoran's batting .317 with a homer and 15 RBIs as Ken Castro joins us here. Tie and run at the plate. 2 outs and the Goose is on the mound. This needs to get 1 out here. He walked the first batter. Sparky's in the dugout chomping my ear saying, you shouldn't have fucking took me out of the game. Here's the pitch to Tim. He's batting .317 with a homer and 15 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Goose strikes him out. And that ends the ball game. And the Yankees hold on to win 3-1. Split the series 2 games apiece. Let's take a look here at the box score. After beating the Yankees up in the first 2 games, their bats went quiet. Give the Yankees pitching finally figured out how to get them out. The Yankees 3 runs on 10 hits. They didn't left enough guys on base. 1 error. The Tigers 1 run on only 5 hits and no errors. You had Nettles 2 for 4. Piniella 2 for 4. Yankees were then the bottom of the order. Thomason and Staley both had 2 hits. And the Yankees were 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Great Nettles with that homer. They left 7 men on base. Lance Parrish, he only 2 batters. Parrish and Whitaker, they at bottom of the order 2 for 3 and 2 for 3. Bottom of the order tried to do it. They were only 1 for 2 with runners in scoring position. Give the Yankees some credit. They kept the runners off a second. They left 5 men on base. Don gets his 4th win of the year. He's 4-1, goes 6 2/3, 4 hits, 1 run, walked 2, struck out 7. Tedrow comes in, pitches a 1/3 of an inning. Sparky comes in, pitches 1 2/3, 1 hit, 1 strikeout. The Goose comes in, gets his 20th save, a 1/3 of an inning. He walked 1 and struck out 1. And Baker goes to 2-2. He actually didn't pitch a bad game, Baker didn't. 7 innings, 8 hits, 3 runs. He struck out 4 and gave up a homer. Foscalt comes in 1 inning, and Sykes comes in 1 inning, 2 hits, and 2 strikeouts. Yeah, this was the 4th game of the series, Ken. Yep, they split the series. Tigers took the first 2. The Yankees took the last 2. What a difference the last 2 games was. The Tigers scored 1 run here. We'll go back here. I think they only scored 2 runs in the other game compared to how they pounded the Yankees. Scored 1. So the last 2 games they scored 1 run apiece compared to 8 and I think 10. Yeah. Like to have some of them runs back in that first 2 games because they just smashed the Yankees in those first 2 games. The Yankees couldn't get a soul out. Couldn't get a soul out. Let's see what happens here now in the rest of the American League. You got Baltimore up there in Boston. This should be a hell of a game. Al Presidente going up against Mike Torres. The Orioles have been red hot. Red stinking hot. Can they keep it up? They got off to a terrible start, but they have picked it up. Nope. Yes, they are. 9 runs. What's this? Hobson committed 3 errors. Let's see how many of those 9 runs was unearned. We won't spend a lot of time on the box score. 9 runs, 12 hits, and no errors. Look at that. The Red Sox 2 runs on 8 hits and 5 errors. Let's see how many of those 9 runs was unearned. 6 of them. You can't win a game by throwing the ball all over the place. Who had all those errors? Burleson had an error. Remy had an error. And Hobson with 3 errors. Damn. Crazy. And the Orioles keep on winning, folks. And now the Twins and White Sox. The White Sox, can they keep the Twins? The Twins, I think, are on a 6-game losing streak. This is a doubleheader. See what happens here. The Twins with the lead in the West, but just barely, because like I say, if they have lost 6 in a row and Kansas City is heated up. And the Twins bust out in 15 runs to break the losing streak. 19 hits and 1 error. The White Sox 3 runs, 7 hits and no errors. So I badmouth the Twins. Now are they going to sweep the doubleheader? That's what normally happens here. You badmouth somebody and they come through. At least it does for me and Legends. Check out Legends Sports Universe. He does it all the time. And no, the White Sox shut them out. I'm sure that's what the star is for. Yep. 3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors for the White Sox. The Twins, a 1-hitter. Man, hit. When did he give up the hit? We got to look. What inning did he give up the hit? He gave up the hit in the top of the 7th. With 1 out, he lost a no-hitter. He actually pitched to the minimum. Did you see that, Ken? He pitched to the minimum because he got a double play. He pitched to 27 batters, but doesn't get the fucking no-hitter or perfect game. He had a perfect game, didn't he, going into that 7th inning? Ain't that a damn shame? That's a damn shame. Geez, you Pete's. Would have loved to have a perfect game here. A perfect game. And Rivera gets a single in the 7th, and then they pitched run for him. That is crazy. What a damn shame. I know. Ain't that awful? But he's pitched to the minimum. 27 batters. Pitched to 27 batters. Let's go back here and look at this. Just look at his line score. 1 hit, struck out 6. I didn't want to have to count up all the strikeout. Nice damn game. Nice game. Yeah. What a game. Damn, that would have been a nice game to watch. And that was part of a doubleheader, folks. Now another doubleheader. You got the Blue Jays and Indians in a doubleheader. See what happens here in Cleveland. And the Indians, they beat up, well, not really. That was just a slugfest. 11 runs, 15 hits, and no errors for the Indians. The Blue Jays, 7 runs on 15 hits also, and 1 error. Will the Indians sweep the doubleheader here? That is the question. Could the Blue Jays get a split here? To sweep or not to sweep? And the Indians swept them. 7 runs, 9 hits, and 1 error. The Jays, 2 runs on the same 9 hits and 1 error. Now you got the A's in Kansas City. Like I say, Kansas City's been playing good ball here. And they take advantage of that loss by the Twins. And that 1 hit, 27 minimum batters faced. And they do. They shut out the A's. On 3 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. The A's, no runs, 3 hits, and no errors. Then you got the Mariners taking on the Brew Crew in Milwaukee. What made Milwaukee famous has made a fool out of me. Not really. And the Brew Crew win. 5 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. The Mariners, 3 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors. And the last American League game is the Angels taking on the Rangers in Arlington. And the Angels win 3 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. The Rangers 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors. And now let's take a look at the standings and leaderboard after the 25th. The Yankees are now 9.5 games up on the Red Sox. Tigers are 13 games back. The Brewers 14. The Blue Jays 17.5 games back. The Orioles 18 and the Indians 23. And out in the West, it's getting closer. The Kansas City Royals are only 1 game back now. Like I say, look at the Twins. In their last 10 games, they've been 2-8. The White Sox are now 2.5 games back. The Rangers 3.5. The Angels 6. The A's 6.5. And the only one, the Mariners, are only 1 double digits back, 15 games back. And Jim Rice is leading the American League in everything, a .362 average. He must have hit a home run in that loss against the Orioles. 25 homers and now 78 RBIs. And Mike Paxton is leading the American League with a 1.67 ERA now. Ed Figueroa still leading with 12 wins on the year. And we just seen the Goose get his 20th save of the year. Jim Rice is leading in MVP. And Ed Figueroa is still leading in the Cy Young. The next game on the channel will be the Braves. And let's take a look here. I ain't sure who they're playing. And we'll go back to the 23rd. And it's going to be the Braves against the Giants. It's going to be Hannah against Blue. And I think this is a 4-game series. 1, 2, and then a doubleheader, 3, 4. I don't think it's a 5-game series. Yep, it's a 4-game series against the Giants and San Francisco. So it'll be Preston Hannah going up against Blue. I want to thank Ken Castro and Aaron Reed for stopping by today. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and that like and bell helps out the channel. Till next time, y'all have a great day and take care.